The leader of North Carolina's NAACP is raising concerns about voter intimidation at polling sites in Guilford County. As our Bill O'Neill explains, the Reverend believes people of color are specifically being targeted.
Yeah, Dr. Spearman says that he has received complaints from poll workers about bullying and other inappropriate actions taking place at polling sites in Guilford County.
This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable behavior. And it's interesting to me that it's happening mainly in the African-American communities.
Dr. Spearman says he personally witnessed one poll observer not wearing a mask and received complaints about another poll observer interfering with curbside voting.
Stuck her head into the door trying to tell the people to do the right thing, and they needed to vote for a member of her party.
These are the partisan observers. These are not just random poll watchers. These are allowed by North Carolina statute to be appointed by their party chairs to be in the polling places.
And are both parties having aggressive issues or not?
Both polling places are having observers, and I'm getting calls about everything.
Last week, Siembra NC, an immigrant rights group, complained that a poll observer intimidated Latino voters at a Greensboro early voting site.
And it was a very concerning moment of voter intimidation.
And Democracy North Carolina's voter protection program reported several complaints about voter intimidation from across the state.
When we do have election years crossing into that buffer zone and getting close to voters, especially those that might be unmasked, that presents a new form of intimidation that we haven't necessarily tackled in the past.
There are reports of voter intimidation from other states. A Miami police officer voting while off duty wore his uniform, as well as a Trump 2020 mask at a Florida polling site. The officer is under investigation. And voters in several states report threatening emails, quote, "Vote for Trump on Election Day or we will come after you." The source of the emails is uncertain. There are no reports of that type of voter intimidation taking place in North Carolina. But Dr. Spearman says the complaints he's received about poll observers, including one from the campus of A&T, are, quote, "deeply disturbing."
Was standing behind the site supervisor, taking photographs of the information that is on the computer, this private information that is on the computer, and engaging in to the degree that she was, questioning voters. They're not supposed to be talking to voters at all.
The head of Guilford County's Board of Elections says he has spoken with leaders of both political parties as well as poll workers, explaining what poll observers can and cannot do. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.